Creative Talent Productions. How are you all doing? Yes, I'm looking down to the camera. So if you see my triple chin, well, there you have it. Is it a double or is it triple? Tell me. Be honest. I'm going to show everyone. Hold on, I'm going to get my stand. How is everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday? Well, as you can tell, I'm in the middle of projects and I didn't do my hair. Oh, hold on. I don't need this big light. It's glaring in my eye and I'm having, well, I'm having drops in my eye. Oh boy, hold on. So I have a situation. I had some hornets that were gathering, and I didn't know, because, I'm doing everything, and, well, now those hornets, those wasps, have now multiplied into quite a large society right underneath this floor where I'm sitting, and, well, it's a real pain, so, but what I'm doing is, what am I not doing? Yes, it's a bit much, but I take my time, Like I said, I didn't know that I had a wasp hornet, small party of two, and that now has turned into a large community of probably about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna say a couple of hundreds. Oh my gosh, yeah. So, oh my gosh. What I'm doing is, this is from a light that I picked up from Habitat, and I took it apart, and I wanted to use it for something else, but temporarily what I'm going to do now, I'm going to hang it out the window right below where the large population of wasps are, which, like I said, it's quite a large wasp, whatever, hornet. Yeah, I'm going to hang this out like that. We're going to get the rag. I have a rag soaking in lemongrass oil. Yeah. Because I got about, I must have got about maybe 20 cans of the spray. Yeah. And, 20 cans with a large, oh my God, can you just imagine? Oh my God. I was hearing like, and I was like, what the hell is that? I thought it was my tinnitus, or what do you call that? It was like it's that, it's the antenna. But it was them. Could you believe it? Anyway, I'm an entomologist too. Watch out. Okay. rag that I have soaking in lemongrass oil is going to be applied here onto this wire hanging strap, the metal strap, digging outside the box. Oh, and I got a couple of little clips when I do my craft projects and my wood projects. There we go. I'm gonna have to remove one of my little clips from one of my other pieces of art here. It says no king. Just wrap that around. I have more, but I don't know where they are. Oh my God! Oh, I got zip ties. I got zip ties. I can't sit there because if I sit there, I'll fall. Here we go. That. This is what happens when you don't become a little brownie. You just learn how to do all this stuff on your own. When you go camping, this is for when you go camping. If you're camping or you're hiking and you lose your party. Woo-hoo! Hawk is the Native American. That's my spirit guardian. And I have a hawk who follows me. Hi Hawk, how are you? Yeah. Also, too, if you want to, if you go camping, you want to burn fire or make for a candle, you can melt the wax and put it on here. Just little things, little things, little things. Oh, I gotta move this. Oh God. I ran into the screen door. I'll tell that story when I finish this. Yeah, everybody, here I go. Alright, first off, I'm gonna highlight my MacGyverism, and I'm gonna show everybody first off. Here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna take this towel that was soaked, and lemongrass oil. The zip tie around it. Zip tie. I call them zip tie. Zip lock. Zip tie. Oh my. Oh, I'm gonna be real clever. Hold on. This is holes right now. Now it doesn't have a hole. It looks like I could just I'll just wrap this around here. The hurricane that is, started in Africa, the same way Hurricane Sandy started from the bees, yeah, the African bees, the butterflies rather, the African butterflies. And when their wings, when they flutter, it's because of fluctuation, and they know about it. The same way the elephants, when there was that typhoon that came, I forgot that location, but the animals will direct. The animals will know. They will forewarn. Make sure I don't touch my face because of the oil. Yeah, if you're out, if you're on your deck, lemongrass oil. You soak it in any carrot seed oil. I mean, I could really do something and light this up, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to do that. But if I were out in an open area away from any type of, flammables, obviously I'd continue doing that because Yeah, we keep the bugs away. So much, everybody. Hold on. Let's see how Patty can keep the bugs away. Oh my God. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Salam, salam. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here's the window. There's the window. Oh my goodness gracious, I cannot believe there's gotta be like, I would say probably at least like 1,000 of them there, if not more. Oh God. Okay, well my plan is good. So I gotta get milk. Not going as long as I thought it was. Well, my measurements are a little bit off. But I have ropes. So hold on, I'll be right back. This is MacGyverism 101. Things you have to have around, you know. Yep, that's right. That's right. Rope down in the garage, you know. No. I have not been, well, no bombs for me, so I've been working all day, and my insomnia creates a circadian shift, and well, tonight I'm planning to sleep like a normal person, hopefully. This is an old t-shirt for cleaning. So I'll pop this and use this as a glue, aka tourniquet, whatever. Never fret. I'm here to save the day. Take it easy, calm down. It's no stress. Look, you can actually cut a shirt and make it into a halter top. If you wanted to do that, you know that? See? This is the side seam. And FYI, made in Bangladesh, or was this Pakistan? This was from a chain store that occupies mall space. Oftentimes it's an anchor mall. Store. Anyway. Oh. Lightning. No halter chop today, but I'll be making some arrow. Collar. Well, it was the collar. The collar, where's the collar? Are you from New York? about Chicago. Taylor Street. Yeah, I was just watching. Chicago's it. Illinois is great. Chicago's got so much history. Wow. Okay, here's one. I gotta grab a few of these now. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna cut you into strips. Now I'm just gonna twist you around, make you drop. So if you don't have things, you improvise people. You know, common sense, right? Fret not. Imagine, what did women do in medieval days during a monthly part of life? Leaves. Yep. That's a quick drop. This one here, the last piece, and just hook you up, wrap you around. Because they're just, well, they're quite remarkable, those daggone frickin' wasps, or whatever they are. Hornets. Oh my god. Well, you know, when you're building maintenance and you're doing everything, it's not easy to just kind of, you know, look to see how many bugaroos you got hanging around your windows. Oh my god. Could you believe it? Okay, here we go. Here goes the drop, everybody. Here's the drop. Let's see. How many more should do I bring? Oh, nice. Very good. It's a very good connection. I like it. Okay, good. Oh, good. There we go. We're better. I'm gonna wrap you around this little nail here that I placed into the wall during one of my many projects. So. I've gotten better. I haven't had the news on all day, so I don't really know what's happening. There's enough discourse going on to carry us into, well, quite a few years into the future now. What you think so? Right? This is what we have. And idolizing the type of verbiage and hatred, and then others' viewpoints, our viewpoints are being suppressed to be arrested now? Really? Last time I remember, this is known as America, the draft dodger, and then the VP with all of his hatred and what he's spewing, and he's taking over now for Mr. Kirk. That's fine and dandy. You can carry on with your agenda. I mean, the world knows what your agenda consists of, so it's nothing of any. It's not news. We just have to. It has to be toned down. Because our society is in a very distressed state. So the goal of the leader is to quell and not continue with further distressed events and escalate these events. So I hope that, well, I doubt if that's even been any focus of discussion as far as what, well, this current administration, because there's a lot of bad hatred, and it's, well, this is the culture. This is our culture, everyone. You know, um, we all know everything what everything is about with our president and this administration, and it's fascism. It's fascism, you know, on a very, very neon platform type of stage, like LED and neon. It's the LED neon fascism regime, you know, and they're trying to do all these things, and things that are, well, things that are not legal, you know, things that are not legal, to satisfy their end goal. And their end goal is all the billions that they're making, because every single one of these places that the migrants have been taken to, I'm sure that there's they're well stacked in their portfolios. Do you understand? And also everything with okay. If you try to go look on certain websites to find out information, like about, say for instance, NIH, you have to go and be redirected and they want to make us have, they want to try to make us have no knowledge. They want to create a robotic type of a Stepford-ish society, you know, and where everyone is brainwashed to believing everything that they're saying, and if you speak against them, then they want to, invoke legislation. Like, really? This is not the 1800s, okay? We're not going to be reverting back to the damn frickin' stagecoaches now. So, steam is not going to get us around, you know. It's electric, it's solar, you know. But keep on thinking that this is a threat to democracy and a threat to the global economy. The only threat it is a threat to the United States on a global scale, because of the foolishness, you know. And there's really nothing else. Well, there's plenty else to speak upon that, but we have been, well, and then now this incident that happened with the deal and agreement for the batteries for the people that were, you know, legally here to work. The amount of billions that you have now cost our country, and how that's going to then have so many residual effects on the economy. So, you know, you're just continuing to, like, you know, poo-poo this part of the body, you know. It's like or foot and mouth syndrome, not thinking before you're speaking, and that's what he's doing. That is what he's doing, you know. So, oh well, everybody, we just have to keep buckled up, and, you know, if you're against what's happening, you know, get involved, you know, and you see stuff online that is actual and not an altered delusion from the Disney brigade that have now occupied the White House while they're operating the Yellow Submarine. You know, yeah, it's tell me this, now that the Department of Defense is now the Department of War, uh, does that mean that all the memorabilia and all of the awards that service members have received is non-valid because it has a new name? I mean, are you thinking on any level of the ramifications of what your plan is? It's really, it's like, when a kid, well, I wouldn't even, a bully, when a bully like takes over, they want to like switch everything up because they don't like how things have been, because they think that, because they weren't included, because of their behavior, they weren't included, and because of whatever they have going on, from their developmental times, they like to bully people. That's like what Donald Trump is doing with agencies, and well, it's just, it makes us look so foolish. It really does. It makes us look like we're a country, well, it makes us look like a country led by incompetence, and that's what's happening. Because all these breaks, they're only going to benefit the billionaires and the millionaires, only for people who are earning, they're going to have a $250,000 tax break. But in order to have a $250,000 tax break, your income has to exceed that. You understand the quota that's used? So yeah, the poorly educated have been your best supporters, and the super wealthy, and the people who like to separate and divide, because y'all are going with the old adage that this is the 1800s, and that this type of behavior is going to be acceptable, and that people are going to go along with covering up black history and the effects of slavery and enslavement and abuse throughout the course of our great history. And then you add the UK to that too. They're notorious with their actions. Then you add France, and then you add Germany and Austria, and you add all these other nations that have been destructive and that have, withheld people and held people down. And the Native Americans, the first people that, y'all came over and, you did what you did. We're not in that time frame anymore. We're not in that time frame. This is not that era. So I don't know what is going on up here in the way of your thinking, but it's not acceptable, and people are not going to hold still for it. Like there was that great strike that happened with the Pullman trains, because everybody that I was watching that earlier. This thing that had happened where 29 states they shut down the railroad. Yep. 29 states, the unity, yep, the unity, that thing that happened, yep, Convention of Unity, yeah, Cha-Cha, Fred Hampton, yep, the Panthers. This is what we have going on now. So you're not making us look good. And then you have that other radical person, Robinson over in the UK, and applauding all the hatred and all of the the racism is well, it's very damaging and it's very dangerous. So I don't know who the adult in the room is, but I hope whoever the F you are, I hope you show up. I hope you find your webos, you pull your skirt up, and you get to the business of correcting course here, because it's not good for our country. It is not good for our country. And now all these lawsuits, what are you going to do? Are you going to also go after, are you going to come after me? Or sue me? What are you going to sue me for? Um, it's like you can't speak against, you can't oppose. This is written in the Constitution. This is why it's called the United States of America, not the United States of fascism. So anyway, everybody continue to speak up, and you know just stock up, and until we can get to like a level, a neutral place. I mean, we have to do better. We have to do better, and not go against one another. We have to unite as a country. Whatever differences that people have on the political ideological scale, that's one thing. But for this level of violence, no, it's not. It's not acceptable. But unfortunately, with politics, that's the area that the realm you place yourself in, because if you're going to be a big political person, and you're going to have all kinds of backing and all kinds of donors, and have all these big outrageous rallies, and have thousands of people in attendance, yeah, you're going to basically you're putting yourself out there, you know but we can't, people cannot be, there cannot be fatalities for the freedom of speech. And there also cannot be this rah rah rally for this hatred, because that's what you're doing. You're trying to turn us into Hungary. That's what Donald Trump is doing. He's trying to Viktor Orban is his idol. You understand? And you read up about Viktor Orban. He's a fascist. He's a neo-Nazi, and he is totally against migration. So, and this is the same trip that this admin is on with Mr. Q Ballhead Miller. Yeah, unbelievable. Everybody. Just watch your spending. Be careful out there, and you know, stop with the hatred. Stop with the hatred. And maybe one day for myself, I'm wondering when I'm going to stop being observed. There's ways of communication that where I could be reached. I mean, crazy. Anyway, I have some contacts to make. Everybody have a good night. Till next time. Bye. Stay safe, stay well, and see you next time. Bye.